Greetings everyone. I wanted to take a few moments to provide an update on several projects currently underway within the I-Theist sphere, because quite a bit has been happening behind the scenes. First, I want to talk about something I'm particularly excited about, and that's the I-Theist Athanaeum. The Athanaeum will serve as a place where I discuss important works from my personal library that have developed, shaped, and informed the I-Theistic perspective. Rather than simply reviewing books, I'll be examining the ideas contained within them and exploring how they contribute to our understanding of the sovereign self, the sovereign individual, individualism, selfhood, hierarchy, reason, meaning, and human flourishing, both in the normal sense as well as in the Aristotelian sense, which are very similar from an atheistic perspective. We'll be beginning at the very beginning with mythology, or more particularly Hesiod. Many people view mythology as little more than ancient storytelling, but mythology often preserves profound insights into how civilizations understood themselves and their place in the cosmos. By revisiting these foundational texts, we gain a clearer understanding of the intellectual and cultural currents that eventually shaped Western philosophy itself, and I will start that journey with Theogony, or Theogony, by Hesiod. From there, we'll continue our journey through the great works and thinkers that have contributed directly or indirectly to the development of the I-Theistic worldview. The second project I want to discuss is the Epicurean Sonnets, which is a work I've had in the fire for quite some time now. To say it's undergone recently it has undergone an overhaul. I've redesigned the whole layout of the project, which was originally going to be English sonnet form, Shakespearean sonnets, versions of the 40 maxims that comprise the principal doctrines of Epicureanism. But now I'm sort of incorporating essays into the matter. This is to create a work that both celebrates and examines, one of antiquity's most influential philosophical traditions, Epicureanism. Epicurus being a distant relative, perhaps not so distant, to the I-Theistic worldview and tradition. Epicurus is too often misunderstood, and I hope this volume will provide readers with both a poetic and intellectual entry point into his philosophy. Finally, I want to give you an update on the philosophy personality map which I've been developing. I'm currently composing the detailed profiles of each of the archetypes that comprise the map. The purpose of the project is not to place people into rigid categories, but to identify recurring philosophical temperaments, different ways individuals seek meaning, knowledge, truth, order, and self-expression. The archetypes currently being developed include the seeker, the rationalist architect, the mystic, the traditionalist, and the dissenter/interrogator. To give you a brief overview of each archetype. The seeker, we start with. The seeker is driven by curiosity, exploration, and the pursuit of meaning. The seeker is defined by a continual quest for understanding and personal discovery. Secondly, we have the rationalist/architect. The rationalist seeks to understand reality through logic, evidence, structure, and systematic thinking. The archetype values clarity, consistency, and intellectual rigor. Third, we have the mystic. The mystic is drawn toward transcendence, symbolism, intuition, and experiences that seem to extend beyond ordinary rational understanding. Meaning is often found through contemplation and inward exploration. Then the traditionalist is next on the list. The traditionalist looks to inherited wisdom, established institutions, and enduring cultural foundations. This archetype of the traditionalist seeks continuity, stability, and connection to the from the accumulated knowledge of the past. Finally, we have the dissenter/interrogator. The dissenter challenges assumptions, questions accepted truths, and probes the weaknesses of established systems. This archetype is motivated by skepticism, critique, and intellectual independence. As these profiles are completed, they will become an increasingly important part of the broader I-Theist project and provide another framework through which we can better understand ourselves and others. So those are some of the major developments. As always, I appreciate everyone's continued interest, support, and engagement. Please keep supporting and engaging. There is a great deal more to come, and I look forward to sharing it with you, as these projects evolve. Enjoy reading.